199.
No.
Hello?
Hey.
Can you hear me?
You're both.
Okay. Sounds good.
Jakia getting really fancy there. Well, can you hear me, guys?
Yes, good afternoon.
Dietra is supposed to be our first guest, but she's working, taking care of a customer, just like normal. So why don't we play her song, and then she knows to join us. So let's wait. She should enjoy this. We'll wait for her to come on.
Yeah.
So let's start. I know if we start with Marty, that's going to take up the whole hour. So why don't we start with Geraldine today? Okay, Jakia?
Okay. Can everyone hear me? I'm sorry. I'm having some tech stuff. Hi, good afternoon. Welcome to the Tea Time for August 10th. Geraldine, how are you today?
I'm wonderful. How are you, Kia?
Very
Hi,
well,
Bruce.
thank you.
Hi, Geraldine.
Nice
Hi,
to see
Geraldine.
you. Hi, how are you, Jackie? I would have yielded to Marty. Marty, you can have the whole hour if you want.
Yeah, right. Careful, yeah.
Only-
Careful what you wish for.
Well, I'm told when I have nothing to say, I still talk too much. So I get it. I get it. I'll give you.
That's the studio audience.
Was that like
That was the studio audience.
That was the canned studio audience response. My updates from Coast to Coast Legal Aid are almost the same as they've been for 2 years running, and Marty's probably right there listening to all of this as well. We're in the middle of a housing crisis, not in the middle, but we're just kind of riding a wave of not sure when it will begin, when it will end. We know when it began. We're fielding lots of calls from tenants, from homeowners that are seeking assistance in how they could stay in their homes, maintain their homes, whether it has something to do with mortgage payments, taxes, insurance, utility bills, homeowner association assessment fees. There was a program that the state of Florida put into effect, HAF, Homeowners Assistance Fund. They were all over the country, actually, and each state was allotted a certain amount of funds. The state of Florida, I think 2 weeks ago, cut off applications because obviously we had an influx of applicants in response to the program. Quite a few of our clients have applied. We're still waiting to hear back for any kind of response. I attend a call with other attorneys across the country for those particular funds and housing in general, and we share any kind of concerns that our clients have and responses, and the way we are assisting them in reacting to any kind of housing issues they may have. If any of you have applied for HAF funds and you're awaiting response or have gotten a response and you've not done so through or with Coast to Coast Legal Aid, I'd love to hear back from you, your responses and what's happening on your end. While the application wasn't difficult, it still required internet access. It required downloading of documents. They did allow you to go in person. Again, that program has been closed, but we're helpful. We're here to help if you need help progressing in your application. With regard to landlord-tenant issues, a new ordinance was put into place back in May for Broward County, a 60-day requirement on behalf of landlords and tenants in regards to notices for termination of tenancy on either end, and a requirement for landlords to make a written notification to the tenants if they are to raise the rent in excess of 5%. There's a new written requirement. And these, of course, run in tandem with the Florida statutes, Chapter 83. We are seeing over and over again, cannot understate this, scams, 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 scams. Be very cautious in anybody that you give out your personal information to. You know my mantra, don't give it to anybody. It must be when you talk to somebody, someone you trust. Any kind of website that doesn't seem like it's accurate or in any way a little iffy, if it seems too good to be true, it usually is. Please do not let anybody you don't know reach out to you and ask you any personal information. It's the only way to stop you from losing from the beginning, because once you've given out any personal information, it opens you up to any kind of possible fraud. And once you've given them, whether it's money, whether it's a gift card, there's a pretty good chance you're not going to get that back. So be real careful with what you do. If you're having trouble with, abuse or exploitation, whether it's you or someone you know, please reach out to us. We have great outreach with our legal tools and with members of our community and community partners that are out there to assist. We have our police officers and fire department that we have on here bi-weekly that are there to tell you that they have great coordination to assist seniors with any and all of these kind of, like I said, abuse, exploitation, and any fraud as well. Immediately report it to the police. I am at Winmore at your library hours, the 4th Tuesday of every month from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. I'm there to field any legal questions you may have. If it doesn't fall within our priorities, I am certain to do my best to put you in the right direction. So I don't just say we don't do that and good luck with it. We do our best to reach out to anybody that we work with that we know will put you in the right direction, will assist you at whatever level necessary. We know it's a difficult time out there, especially for seniors on fixed incomes, with rents being raised, with inflation, and trying to, meet your monthly bills, whether it's food, whether it's gas, whatever it is. There are resources out there that we can point you in the direction of who can help you. I can't say that everybody's going to help pay your bills, but maybe they could help you with management of your bills, or at least budgeting for the next month, and how we could get you in a position that you're not feeling like you don't have anybody to help you and that you're just going to be stuck forever. So please, again, reach out to us. My number is always available. I think, Kia, you could put it in the chat as you always do, and my email. My number, I could give it to you right now, my direct 954-736-2489 is my direct number. And I take any calls you send to me. I'll either do the intake myself or send it to intake if it's something that I think that they would be able to put you in the right direction when it's not something that I could assist with. And again, I look forward to seeing all of you. It's really been a pleasure being at the library. You have really good questions. You're coming prepared, and I'm really enjoying meeting the Winmorites in person. It's been a really good experience. So I love being on here. Being in person's even better, and everybody continue to stay healthy and well and reach out with any questions you might have.
Geraldine, thank you again for everything. Marty's all smiling because he knows he's going to get at least 40 minutes out of this. So
you're welcome, Marty.
I think we have a question for you.
We do.
Yes.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I have been inundated lately on Facebook with ads for window replacements, some kind of law in Florida that helps you with this, that, and the other thing. And since if there were only one, I would kind of look at it. But because I'm getting like 752 of them a day, I'm thinking there might be a scam involved.
When you think it's a scam, when it looks like a scam, when it smells like a scam, block it. You have absolutely no obligation to respond to that.
No, but I do need windows. So I didn't know
if you need windows, call up
Geraldine, you know what? You could call building maintenance department. They could help you lead you in the right direction.
See, you have a resource right there. You know your building management, you know the department that works on those kind of things, and they probably have trusted window contractors that they work with, and it's best to go with the people you know. Facebook is probably not your best resource for that. I can't say that it's the worst, because we put a lot of good resources out on our Facebook page, and we do a lot of outreach with our community partners. But if you're being inundated with ads, check them. And again, you have no obligation to respond to those. So I would say go with people you know, go with the recommendations that you know.
I'll call maintenance. Thank you. Thank you.
There you go. You're welcome.
Okay.
Any other questions?
I hope you stay with us. We're going to do something.
I'll be here.
Okay, we're going to do something special here. Today is Dietra's last day, and she missed the intro, which we had pictures of her family. That's because, and the only reason is because she was busy working. So we're going to make it up to her. We're going to show that. And we have a song for her, and then we have a special intro for her. So, Jakia, are we ready? All right. Hold on, this is the fun part now. This is the fun part. She's moving to Oklahoma. She's moving to Oklahoma. You have to understand that.
We don't take our trips on LSD. We don't burn our draft cards down on Main Street. We like living right, being free. We don't make a party out of loving. We like holding hands and pitching woo-woo. We don't let our hair go long and shaggy like the hippies out in San Francisco do. And I'm proud to be an Okie from Muskogee, place where even squares can have football's still the roughest thing on campus. And the kids here still respect the college dean. I'm proud to be an Okie from Muskogee, a place where even squares can have a ball. We still wave Old Glory down at the courthouse, and white lightning's still the biggest thrill of all. We still wave Old Glory down at the courthouse, by golly, and white lightning of Oklahoma, USA.
Okay, get the words right, Merle. Okay, Jackie, you're up.
How do I
Jackie Ray,
follow
everybody.
that?
I don't know where he gets that stuff from.
Jerry, I try to control
Do
this.
you?
I can't.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. And I don't know
Okay.
how to follow this, but it's a good thing because I am so emotionally attached to Dietra that this really lightens it up for me. So it's okay.
There you go.
Of course, Dietra has been with Winmore for over 9 years, right, Dietra? But we didn't discover her for the council office till 4 years ago. She has been an asset. She has been the greatest assistant, friend, co-worker to everyone that has met her. She is just very special.
Okay, take it away, Jackie.
She will be truly missed. She will be missed by everyone that has come back. And we wish her, can it, Bruce? I just, excuse the pun. But anyway, I know everyone is wishing you the best of everything, happiness, health, family time. I know your entire family's going with you, and that's what's important. You just go, have a good time, enjoy, and keep in touch. Here's Dietra.
Can you hear me?
Barely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you all from the bottom of my heart. And like I told you today, thanks for believing in me that I could be your secretary. Well, not really a secretary, but your assistant. So Henry's actually fixing my computer right now.
Okay.
But thank you. Thank you. It's been
Thank
a
you for
pleasure.
always putting us first. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. I do. You guys all mean, the world to me, and whoever needs help, I'm always there to help them and do whatever needs to be done. So I appreciate everything that you guys have done. You made me feel real special today, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And thank you, Susan and Sandy, for your sweet words that you were typing in the box. So thank you. Thank you. Okay, Bruce, go ahead.
Very emotional.
Take it away.
For the other half of your job, I want to thank you and all the employees.
Thank
You're
you.
always a team player, so thank you, and we wish you the best of luck and health and everything good.
Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Mwah, to all of you, to all my Winmore, to my Winmore family. Thank you.
Stay on, all right?
Mhm.
Okay. Shakia, everyone fasten your safety belts. We got Marty and Lisa coming up. Yes.
Yeah.
Marty, what vitamins do you take? We got to let us know.
It's mostly a lot of caffeine. So to give an idea, I've had 5 cups of coffee, 2 Red Bulls, and a Diet Coke. And I know this is Winmore tea, but I have my Winmore coffee. So
Okay,
it's
no more
like,
sugar for you though.
no, definitely not. Trust me. My wife tells me all the time that she's like, Marty, if you have another cup of coffee, you're going to be sleeping outside tonight. And so there's a lot of times where it's very possible that I will not be in my house. But I love coffee, love caffeine, and just have a lot of energy. Bruce, I just want to thank you for having me on. And I wanted to also say congrats to Dietra. Have an absolutely wonderful move out to Oklahoma. Thank you so much for your incredible service to the people of Winmore. I know they're going to miss you. We're all going to miss you. And I have to thank you for one thing. Because of course I've known that song for a long time, but I've never actually knew the words. And I never knew the part where it said, basically, we don't take a trip on LSD. And I thought that was so interesting, but it was really great. I thought that was a wonderful tribute, Bruce.
Thank you, Marty. Marty, that's all you have to say? Hey.
Oh, I get. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Marty.
I apologize. I
Marty,
didn't realize that.
you got another half hour to go here. Come on.
Oh, sweet. Well, thank you so much, Bruce. And also, I want to thank Geraldine for her great work that she does for the people. I think I thought your presentation was amazing. And I just really appreciate your service. And also on here today, I actually have two of our awesome employees that are on here. I know I saw Lisa on here somewhere just before. Lisa is great. She's part of our mobile exemption education team that goes throughout the county every single day to help people. And I know Scott Barocas is on here somewhere. Scott is like my right-hand dude. Yeah. We have been best friends since we were in law school many, many years ago. When I was in the legislature, with me on the county commission, now as property appraiser, and there is no more knowledgeable person when it comes to helping people than Scott. I just love him. And before I just quickly talk, Bruce, about what we do, I want to thank you so much for your great service and the board's great service. Winmore, as you know, is just a gem of a place to live. I've never met somebody that lives in Winmore that dislikes living in Winmore. It is awesome.
Just keep our taxes down, all right? That's all you have to do. Keep the taxes down.
Honestly, in November, don't even worry about the tax bill. Just let it go. Just ignore it when it comes out. But you do
put your name on it. Say Marty said it's okay.
It's true. And also,
does that go for me too, Marty?
Yeah, sure, absolutely, without a doubt. Definitely, don't even sweat it. And also, I wanted to thank Jackie for her great service. We have so many wonderful elected officials in Broward County, but I was so excited when Jackie got elected, because I know I'm preaching to the choir, but there is nobody with more of a servant's heart to make a difference for her community than Jackie. Coconut Creek is so well served by having Jackie there. And Jackie, thank you for all you do.
Marty,
I really appreciate it. And I want to thank you all so much for allowing me to be your property appraiser. Before I talk about what we do, I just want to thank you just for myself. As I said before, I've had the great privilege of serving in a number of capacities. I got to serve in the House of Representatives for Florida. I got to serve in the county commission as the mayor, and now as property appraiser. And out of all the jobs I've ever had, this one I love the most, because you get to interact with everybody in the county, and the nature of the job lets you help people. And I'll explain. When I was in the legislature, I loved it. You got to debate big issues that affected a lot of people, whether it was education or healthcare, things that affected people on a statewide basis. But you were so far away from the people you represented, you really didn't always see the good things you did take shape. When I was on the county commission, Broward County is a big place. More people live here than 13 states, the District of Columbia, and all U.S. territories except Puerto Rico. It is big. And when I was on the county commission, you were making the airport better and the port better, and making just our Broward County better as a regional powerhouse in South Florida. But you were still so far away from the people, you didn't always see everything take shape. Property appraiser is great because you basically are doing constituent services all day, every day. You interact with everybody and you get to help everybody every single day. Helping give seniors discounts and veterans exemptions. You're helping people with their property. It's the type of job that when you put your head on your pillow, you feel really good because you feel like you helped somebody that day. And so I really appreciate so much y'all allowing me to do it. And there are really a few main functions to our office. The first function is we determine the value of every piece of property in Broward County for tax purposes, whether it's residential, commercial. Oh, and by the way, I'm so sorry, I forgot to mention, Kia is awesome. She rocks. I think Kia is the best person to work with. And I forgot to mention her before, so I needed to quickly digress for that. Kia, you are great. Thank you for always being so wonderful to me when I call to drive you crazy on the phone. I really appreciate it. She's awesome. But so we determine the value of every piece of property in Broward County for tax purposes. And the reason that's important is because when the people of Winmore pay their property taxes, the amount of taxes they pay is the relationship between the value of the property that we set and the tax rate set by Coconut Creek, the county commission, the school board, and all other taxing authorities. And so the most important thing we want to do is make sure we get it right. And as I said just before, Broward County is a huge place. More people live here than many states, and there are more parcels that we appraise than are in many states. And even though the few hundred appraisers who are in our office do a very good job and their assessments, I believe, are very accurate, mistakes can occur. Or maybe people have information about their property that we don't have that could help us bring down the value of their property, which could bring down the amount of taxes they pay. And let me explain. If you're an existing property owner in Coconut Creek, and you own that property on January 1st of this year, because you're an existing property owner, it's not a new property, you've owned it. The way we determine the value of your property is we look at all the comparable sales from the year before. We adjust those to fit your property to determine the value of it for tax purposes. So what happens is people will go on our website at bcpa.net and they'll look at their property. And then what they'll do is they'll give me a call and they'll say, Marty, I understand why you valued my property this way, because all these other properties in my building sold for, a similar amount, but my property is different. It's dilapidated. There's water damage. There's something about it that makes it less valuable than these other properties. And I'll always tell them, okay, well, give me a call, sit down with our office, or we'll come to you, or we can go through it on the phone and let me see what you got. And if it's information that somebody has that can help us bring down the value of their property, which could bring down their assessed value, which could bring down their property taxes, we always will. And I always tell everybody, I won't raise your value on you, but we will bring it down if we can, because at the end of the day, people should really only pay their fair share of property taxes on their fair value. The second thing that we do, and this is what I love most about my job, is we give tax saving exemptions to people that qualify. And there are a lot of exemptions under Florida law that people qualify for. The most important one by far is the homestead exemption. If somebody lives in Winmore and it is their primary residence where they're registered to vote, if they don't vote, where their declaration of domicile, where their car is registered to, if that's their primary residence, they get a homestead exemption. What it does at the beginning, it takes $50,000 of value off the tax roll they no longer pay taxes on, can save them $600, $700, $800, maybe $1,000 a year, depending on all the millage rates. But most importantly, it really protects them going forward, because every year after you have a homestead exemption, the value you're taxed on cannot go up more than a maximum of 3%. And as you know, that is so important right now because property values in Broward County are skyrocketing. People are paying a heck of a lot more for condos in Winmore this year than they were last year. So if somebody has a homestead exemption, even if the market value of their property based on those other sales goes up 20, 30, 40, 50, 100%, the value they're taxed on cannot go up more than a maximum of 3%. It keeps the value that they taxed on manageable so that their assessed value won't skyrocket with the market value, which would make their property taxes skyrocket. So I always tell everybody, if there's anybody that's watching this that lived in their property on January 1st, and if it's your primary residence, meaning you don't have an exemption on any other property anywhere else in the world, please contact our office by September 19th of this year so we can make sure you're homesteaded so that you'll be protected so that your property taxes won't skyrocket with your market value. Once you get that, there are so many other exemptions that people qualify for. My favorite one by far is called the low-income senior exemption. It's my favorite because there are about 2 million people in Broward County, and it's my understanding about a third of that population are seniors. But unfortunately, the most impoverished portion of that population on average are also seniors. And I always believe if you can help a senior who's struggling, put a little bit more money in their pocket to help make ends meet a little bit better, they can have a little better of a life. And the low-income senior exemption is very important. To give you an idea, right now, there are 1,273 Coconut Creek residents, many of whom who live in Winmore, receive this very valuable exemption. And the way that it works is if somebody was 65 or over on January 1st of 2022, and they made under last year $32,561, and if they don't file income taxes, Social Security doesn't count. If they do file income taxes, they have to look at their adjusted gross income tax line of their income tax statement. If that's under $32,561, they basically get an additional homestead on top of the current homestead they're getting. It can save another $400 or $500 a year. Also, there is something called the long-term senior exemption. Now, not a lot of seniors qualify for this, but the ones that do save an awful lot of money. And here's the reason why. Right now, you have about 139 long-term seniors who live in Coconut Creek, and many of those seniors actually live in Winmore. And the way that it works is that they meet all the requirements that I just mentioned. They were 65 or over. They made under $32,561. But with this exemption, they had to have lived in their home for 25 years or more. And the market value of their home has to be under $250,000. If they qualify, then they pay no property taxes to Coconut Creek, and they pay no property taxes to the county commission. It can knock off almost 2/3 of the tax bill for a senior. It is a great exemption. And this is where I want to give a big thank you to Jackie and her colleagues, because not every city in Broward County has this. Maybe about 20 of our cities do, so about 11 don't, I believe. I am so appreciative to Jackie and her colleagues, because what they've recognized is that 139, seniors, that is a drop in revenue that's minimal. It's nominal. It's very little money they don't have in their budget as a result of this exemption. But to those 139 seniors who struggle every single day to make ends meet, hold on, Cam, come here. To make ends meet, can I introduce you guys to somebody? Come here real fast.
All right, take a breath. Take a breath, Mark.
My 10-year-old is trying to hand me a note in the house, and she's a little embarrassed to come on the thing. So so I'll get back to her. But so I was going to introduce you all. But for those 139 seniors, it saves them an awful lot of money, and I think it's a great thing. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Actually, it's kind of funny. I just got this note from my 10-year-old who says, "What time are you going to be done? Because I have cheer at 4 p.m. So trust me, Cam, I will get you there." She's now embarrassed, and now I'm in a lot of trouble. But that's okay.
Maybe you need to talk faster, Marty. Marty, maybe you need to talk faster, yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm good. And so there are many other exemptions as well. There are exemptions for veterans. Some are very large. For example, right now, you have 92 totally permanently disabled veterans that live in Coconut Creek, many of whom live in Winmore, that pay no property taxes. So if somebody is 100% disabled and it's all service connected, those American heroes are fully exempt from all property taxes. If you are not 100% disabled, but you're combat disabled, you actually still get a large reduction in your taxes. And if you're not combat disabled or 100% disabled, you still get a big value reduction. Also, if you're a widow, you're entitled to a reduction. If you're visually impaired, you're entitled to an exemption. There are many exemptions, and I always tell everybody, please go on our website at bcpa.net, click on exemptions, and if there's something you're not getting, you have till September 19th to call our office. And right now was such a good time for me to come on, and I'll tell you why. Because over this month, every single resident of Winmore is going to get a document from me in the mail. It's the TRIM notice, the Truth and Millage Notice. It's not a tax bill. It's basically a document so you can make sure you don't overly pay on your property taxes. And it's going to say some of the things that we just spoke about. For example, it's going to show the value of your property for tax purposes. It's going to show all the tax saving exemptions you're currently getting. It's also going to show the dates and times your local governments are going to be discussing their tax rates. And it's going to show the proposed amount of property taxes you're going to be asked to pay for this fiscal year. And when you get that document, please review it very thoroughly, because if you have any concerns with the value of your property, or you're not getting every tax saving exemption you're entitled to, you have till September 19th to call me, to email me, to contact our office, to go to our standing events. I believe actually we're back at Winmore as well every single month, I think. Please come and sit down with our staff so that we can make sure your value is correct and you get every exemption you're entitled to, so that you only pay your fair share of taxes when your November tax bill comes out. The other thing I wanted to quickly talk about before I answered any questions was something that I think is very, very important. And it's something that, truthfully, for me has been kind of a crusade of mine. Unfortunately, South Florida is the title fraud capital of the world. You have a lot of unscrupulous people. I think they're criminals. What they do is they file fake deeds on people's properties, and they take those deeds and they try to extort people for money or mortgage rent or even sell their property. And they do it all the time. And the reason it's so easy is because the recording division for every single county throughout the state of Florida has a ministerial duty. They have to accept whatever document is filed with them. So you have these fraudsters that will walk into the recording division, file these fake deeds, and do something nefarious with it. And they do it on a very large scale. And so about a year ago, we came up with a great program called Owner Alert. We developed it in-house. We spend no taxpayer dollars doing it. And it's really a notification system so that a property owner is made aware very quickly that a title change has happened on their property. And right now we've had about 180,000 property owners sign up. And it's my goal to get every Broward County property owner to sign up, because it's really there to protect people's most important asset, their home. And here's how you sign up. If you just go to our website at web.bcpa.net/owner alert, or even to bcpa.net and click on owner alert, or if you call our office, or if you sit down with our Meet team, I know that Lisa's here and others, you can sign up. And the way you sign up is you put in your name and you put in your property ID number, which you can easily grab from our website. And then you put in your email address. And if we have your email address on file, you're automatically verified. If you don't have your email address on file, then we ask you upload your Florida driver's license or Florida ID. If you don't have that, there are other ways to get verified as well. And then if anybody, any document, legitimate or not, is filed changing ownership in your property, you'll be notified instantaneously, so you can fight the fraud before the fraud occurs. And there are people, of course, that may not have access to computers. If they would like, they could actually call our office or sit down with Lisa and her team, and they can sign up so they can get a letter in the mail letting them know as well. Owner Alert's a great program. It's free to the public, so please sign up. It's very similar to, I know you see the commercials for Title Lock. It's similar to something of that nature, but it's free and it's a government service. So it's a really great thing. And the other thing I wanted to quickly bring up, just to let y'all know, because this is a priority of ours in our office, is we've tried to take cracking down on deed fraud and title fraud to another level. Lately, our office has been working very closely with law enforcement to build criminal cases against people who are stealing other people's properties. And we've actually been successful in a few convictions. The first is we worked with the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York, and we were able to convict 2 people, and they were convicted, and they're going to go to jail for stealing $12 million worth of properties in Broward County and New York. We then worked with the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of Florida, and we're able to convict a married couple that stole millions of dollars of properties, and they're about to go to jail. And I'll tell you what they were doing. You had 2 wives. One wife worked for one of the hospital district, and the other wife was a mortgage broker, a real estate agent. And the wife that worked for the hospital district would find out when people would pass on. She would then take that information and give it to her wife, who was a mortgage broker and real estate agent and was in the real estate community. And she would then find out if they owned property here. And if they did, they worked with a lawyer and others to find out if they had heirs here. And if they didn't have any heirs here, they would file fake deeds on the property, and they would take those deeds and they'd mortgage the property, sell the property. They did it in the tune of millions of dollars. But fortunately, they're going to go to jail for a very long time. And something I'm very happy about is they may be a married couple, but they're going to be serving their very long prison sentences in separate jails. We also recently worked with the Broward Sheriff's Office to build a case against 2 people who were stealing properties in Cooper City. And the way that we were able to help the Sheriff's Office arrest them was we decided to take away their homestead exemption. And they called, they said, "Oh, you took away our homestead exemption." We said, "Oh, okay, come on down to our office and we'll help restore it for you." So as soon as they came down to the office, the Sheriff's Office swarmed and they arrested them. And they're currently, the state attorney is currently, they're being prosecuted right now for their alleged crimes.
Is that your idea, Marty? Marty, was that your idea to have them come down to the office?
It was. It definitely was.
Yeah, you're watching the right television shows, I'm telling you.
Oh, absolutely. You know, sometimes the difficulty for law enforcement is actually find the people. And what I've realized, these people may have stolen millions of dollars in properties, but they were still concerned about their homestead exemption. And so they came down. And so that was how we got them there. And it was really good. But to give you an idea, I'll give you another example. And I'll tell you why I'm bringing this up. Another example, they haven't yet caught the people. But here's how smart some of these fraudsters are. You had a person that owned, from Canada, that owned a $2 million parcel in Fort Lauderdale. And one day, the homeowner association president was just walking through his community, and he started talking to some guy who's looking at this $2 million property. And the guy basically said to him, "Oh, I'm very excited. I'm about to buy this property. The money's actually with the title company. It's about to be released, and this is going to be my property. I'm moving in. It's like my dream property." And the homeowner association president walked away thinking, that's very bizarre. I don't think the owner of this property wants to sell this property. And so we contacted our office and we contacted the owner in Canada. And the owner in Canada said, "I'm not selling that property. I don't want to sell that property. I love that property." And so we then contacted the real estate agent that was involved in this transaction. And the real estate agent got us in contact with a title company, which is in Orlando. And the Orlando title company said, oh, it's a legitimate transaction. We have the documentation showing who these people are. And they sent it to us. And apparently what occurred was you had two people who found made fake Canadian passports. We actually just found it pretty quickly through an internet search. Fake Canadian passports, put their pictures on there with the name of the actual owners of the property, and they pretended that they owned the property, and the $2 million was just about to be released to the fraudsters. Unfortunately, it was stopped. And I wanted to bring these stories up because this happens all the time. And the best way to catch these criminals is when the public lets us know what's going on. And for me, I also like to talk about these as well. And I know everybody on here, they're not doing this, but I talk about it on the news a lot because I want every single person who's thinking about doing this here or who is doing this here to know they're not welcome in Broward County. And if they try to commit this type of fraud upon the people here, we're going to work very hard to put them in jail for a very long time. With that said, I can go on and on forever. I'm so excited to be here. Bruce, you are the best. And I have to tell you this, Winmore is such a special, awesome place to live. We have some just wonderful communities in Broward County, but I have to tell you the services and the amenities that you all provide to your residents, I just think is incredible, and there's nothing like it. So thank you all so much for the great work that you do.
Marty, while you were speaking, I found a sponsor for your next campaign.
You did? What's that? Oh, sweet. Excellent. You know what? Truthfully, if I saved all the money that I spent at Starbucks.
You can pay your taxes.
Oh, I can pay my taxes. I could pay for a full campaign with that.
Yeah. Marty.
But thank you, Bruce. Yes,
Marty,
yes,
just
Jackie.
one question before you leave. Your owner alert
Yes.
program, when your representatives are in our library, can our residents
Yes.
go to the library and sign up for it there?
Yes, and
Start the
thank you so much.
process.
Yes, thank you, Jackie, for bringing that up. Yes, so Jackie is so wonderful to remind me about this. You know, we have our downtown office in Fort Lauderdale, and as you know, it's not easy for Broward County residents to go on a weekday during working hours all the way to downtown Fort Lauderdale so that we can help them. So we like to bring our office to the public, and we actually have a great team. And I mentioned it before, Lisa is one of the main people in charge of it. That's Lisa Chung. She's on here, and it's called the MEET team, the Mobile Exemption and Education Team. My wife actually came up with that name, which I'm so proud of. She's way smarter than me. And what we do is we take our office to the public, and they go to thousands of events, and they actually have some standing events. And Coconut Creek has been such a wonderful partner, and Winmore has been a wonderful partner. And I know one of our standing events is at the library that Jackie allows us to go to. And anybody can go on our website at bcpa.net. You can click on our event calendar. You can see where we'll be and where we'll be in Winmore or in Coconut Creek. And our staff, they open up their tables, they set up their computers, which are connected to our internal servers, and you can sit down with them and they can sign you up on the spot. They can sign you up for exemptions on the spot, sign you up for owner alert on the spot, talk about your property, and just help people that way. And then also, Jackie, I know that there are some people in Winmore where it may be difficult for them to get out, where they may be confined to their homes. We also have a homebound program where if there's anybody in Winmore that can't get out, they can actually call our office and our staff will come to their homes to sign them up as well.
That's
Thank you
wonderful.
so much for bringing that up.
Thank you, Marty. That's great. That's great.
You're awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Does anybody else have any other questions?
Do you actually sleep at night with all that caffeine?
Not really. You know what? It's true. It's the best. You know what? I kind of want to bring that button with me because anytime I crack a joke, I'm just going to play.
True.
But you know what? I'm usually in my house, the last one to go to bed and the first one to wake up. And, it's funny. I wake up all the time and I don't sleep a whole lot because I have a lot on my mind, but it's weird. It's not bad stuff. It's good stuff. I get so excited about so many things that I really look forward to getting up and getting them in and start doing them. But thank you, Jackie. And
All right,
Tammy, sure
thank you. And it's time to go, Marty.
Marty, before they bring the
Time to
hook
go,
out.
Marty.
Yeah, Marty, before they bring the hook out, is Lisa going to be our representative every fourth Thursday of the month?
Lisa, can you jump on there and let us know how
Lisa.
it's set up? I know Lisa is she's there, but I don't think she can
Lisa,
undo
no,
the.
Lisa is.
Oh, great.
Sure.
She's good. Hi, Lisa.
Lisa, where'd you go?
Hi, I'm here. Can you,
Okay,
Oh.
yeah.
are you on rep every fourth Thursday of the month?
If you would like me to be there, yes, definitely.
That's up to Marty. You don't work for me.
Absolutely. Well, Lisa is definitely part of our A team, and I would love for you too, Lisa, without a doubt. And you know
Sure.
what? Where I'm so proud of our meet team. As you know, they're public servants; and they get to help everybody. And so Lisa will definitely be there. On that date every month. And Lisa, would you let Mike and everybody know about that?
I
Wait,
will.
Lisa, he's giving you a chance to talk. How about that?
Yeah.
You
Absolutely.
better hurry before he jumps back in.
It's true. It doesn't happen much. So, definitely. Bruce, I think Geraldine had her hand up.
Wait. I'm gonna hear from Lisa. She comes on. She's been sitting here for 45 minutes. She's the one who's gonna be here meeting our residents.
That's true.
Lisa.
Okay, well, I just wanted to say thank you for having us back at Winmore. We're there the fourth Thursday of each month from 10 until 12. And we have been doing so many owners alerts. So yes, they can sign up right there and then for the owners alert.
Awesome.
And we're doing homestead. We're doing the senior. The deadline for the senior is September 19th. September 19th is the deadline. And they can call us. We can even do the applications on the phone. So that's not a problem. It can be done on the phone also.
Well, I'm glad you got a chance to talk.
It's true. Bruce, can I, you know what? I
How
have
about
to
Scott,
mention
Marty?
something.
Marty, you got Scott on here too. They've been here for an hour. You want to introduce Scott
true.
too?
Marty
I
has to
will.
go.
Marty show.
He has to
Marty,
go to
let's introduce
cheerleading.
Scott.
Oh, I have to tell you guys something. Cammy, I promise. Hold on one second.
He's got to
I'll tell you,
go.
Cam, if you come over here, then I can. They want to meet you.
Introduce Scott.
You-
Take Geraldine's
It's-
question, then you can go. There you go.
So I have to tell you, and this I really, Lisa made me think about this, and it's 100% true. Because I'm the property appraiser, I tend to get all the credit when the good things happen. But truthfully, the people that really deserve the credit are Lisa and Scott and all the employees of our office, because they do such a good job. I mean, they're really the people where the rubber meets the road, where they're helping everybody and signing everybody up. And so I just am so appreciative of what they do. I really am. Lisa, you're awesome. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Without a doubt. Definitely.
Amy, where
Oh,
are
thank you. Absolutely. And, Bruce, thank you so much for having me on. My 10-year-old is looking at me with a very angry
Let's
face
see what
next
he
to me,
looks
but she's
like.
embarrassed. I know, Cam, they said if you
Bring
come
your
and say
10-year-old
hi, then I
on.
can go. Just come over. Oh, she's coming over. So I'll tell you, this
What's
is
her name?
Cammie. Her name is Cammie.
Cammie.
Is Cameron Care.
Cameron,
Definitely, this is
does
my
your
honey
father
bunny.
always talk so much?
Oh, they said, do I always talk so much?
Yes.
She said yes. This is
Go have
so
fun.
Cammie just turned 10 and my oldest daughter just turned 13. So we got the teenage year starting and the double digits starting. It was a year of important birthdays, and I tried to convince them that me turning 45 was a big deal, and they didn't think so. So it's not funny.
Okay, you're ancient.
But I'm gonna. Oh, absolutely. But I'm actually gonna bring her to cheer. You all are awesome. Bruce, everybody,
Take
Jackie,
care.
Kia,
Bye-bye,
thank
dear.
you all so much. And Dietra, congratulations
Geraldine, you have
again.
anything for Marty before
That's
he
right. I think
goes?
Geraldine had something.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I know Marty has to get to cheer. So quick question. You mentioned if you have issues in your home that devalue the property and then lower your taxes in the event you come out and do some kind of valuation. Conversely, what if you do a home improvement and of course pulling permits and that's a type of thing that then your office gets notified? Do then your taxes increase? Is there a reflection on your taxes by that home improvement?
It depends. So it really wouldn't always mostly be the case for a condo unless you are making it bigger. For example, if you're buying something next to you, you're allowed to make it bigger. For our purposes, if somebody decides to make their bathrooms better or put in a brand new kitchen, we get those permits, but we just discard it. The only properties, the only improvements that will increase the value of your property is when you make the square footage bigger, or if you add a pool or something of that nature. So that's what would actually, and so what would happen, for example, let's say you have a property and let's say it's a 3,000 square foot single family home. You have your homestead exemption. So you are capped at that 3%. And now you add a garage, you add another 500 square feet or 1,000 square feet. That new square footage will go up on market value, and then we get the benefit of the homestead exemption. So the only way the value you're taxing will go up is if you increase the footprint of the property.
Okay.
I hope that
answers
helped.
the question.
Marty,
Get
your
to cheer.
daughter's on the
Thank you,
phone. She
Marty.
wants you off already.
Well, You're always a
Absolutely.
pleasure.
Oh, you all are wonderful. Well, thank you all so very much.
All right.
And everybody have an awesome day. And I'm off to cheerlead. Bye, everybody.
Thank you, Marty. Always a pleasure to have you. And Lisa and Scott. And I look at Jim Stapleton. Jim, you're in Pennsylvania, aren't you? Just nod. And what are you eating? You don't eat on the air while we have a big TV show with our big audience here. Before we wrap up, Geraldine, I want you, Geraldine, there you are. Okay.
I'm still here.
You're also on the fourth Tuesday of the month.
You can't get rid of me, Bruce.
Yeah. Give people about 4 minutes of, what they should expect when they come to visit you at the library.
So when you walk into the library, you've set me up very nicely. It's almost like my own private office there. And everybody gets their own personal time with me. I won't fully address private legal needs right there, but I can do an intake and we can begin the process. So then we can service a case if it's something that we handle, beginning right then and there. Of course, with all the goings on in the library, nothing confidential will be exposed in that public setting. Just so you know, there's no confidentiality breach, no attorney-client privilege information being exchanged in an open environment. It will be general information based on whatever facts of the case you give me. If for some reason it's something we don't handle, and I cannot state this over time and time again, I'll continue to state, we don't just send you on your way. We have tremendous outreach in the community to do our best to put you in the hands of those that can help you with whatever matter you are dealing with, so that you're not left as you are when you came up to my desk. And that would be asking for help with not knowing where to go. So we're a really good resource, even though what we do is give you legal advice and services. We also help get you in the right direction when it's not a legal matter.
All right, so we'll see you in 13 days in person. Jackie, you wanted to say something?
Me?
Yeah, I thought you were.
Oh, no, I'm good.
All right.
Here I am. Yep.
Okay. Well, here we go. Okay. What's that sound? Geraldine, is that the van warming up?
I'm back. I'm
Okay.
back.
Okay, I thought maybe that was your van warming up.
No.
Okay, so we're gonna end we're gonna end today. Dietra, you still with us? You can hear. Okay, Dietra can hear me. There she is. Okay, your song was such a hit. We're gonna play it again. We all wish you the best of luck. I'm gonna come see you when this is over with, and let's roll. And everybody have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next Wednesday. No, 2 Wednesdays, but you could see Geraldine, when.
And standing by the cat. Wherever you go, wherever you may wander in your life, surely you know I'll always want to be there, holding your hand and standing by to catch you when you fall.
a great 2 weeks, everybody. And again, Dietra, good luck.